Hey everyone, welcome back to the Incredible India podcast series. I'm Sam, and joining me today is Taylor, our expert guide for this deep dive.
Hi, Sam. It's great to be here. Always exciting to talk about places like Kaziranga.
Absolutely. So today, we're diving into Kaziranga National Park in Assam, India. And this isn't just, any park. People talk about it as India's greatest conservation success story. So our mission today is really to unpack that. What makes Kaziranga so special, so compelling? We want to go beyond just the wildlife, which is amazing, of course, but also look at the culture around it, the conservation story, and, the practical side of visiting. We've got a whole stack of information to explore.
Right. And when you mention Kaziranga, the first thing that pops into most people's heads is that incredible one-horned rhinoceros, the one that looks almost prehistoric. And seeing them, that's absolutely central. But it really is just the start. This park, it's just teeming with life. You've got wild Asiatic elephants just sort of moving through the grasslands, herds of swamp deer, and yes, even tigers, the Royal Bengal tiger, though they're pretty elusive. Plus, and this is amazing, over 500 species of birds. It's this mix, this blend of raw wilderness that's somehow surprisingly easy to access. You can really immerse yourself without being totally cut off,
That combination sounds perfect. Accessibility, but still feeling wild. We're going to sort of walk you through a specific 3-day adventure that brings all this together, based on our sources. Okay, let's unpack this. What makes this particular deep dive into Kaziranga so special? Let's start with just getting there. What makes the journey itself part of it all?
That's a really good point because honestly, the adventure starts way before you even get to the park gates.
Yeah.
If you're coming from Guwahati, which most people do, it's about a 5-hour drive. It sounds like a long time, but it's scenic. And it's not just travel time. It's like this gradual immersion. You're heading into the green heart of Assam, as they call it. You leave the city behind, and the whole landscape just starts changing. You pass these rolling tea estates, just endless green fields, really neat rows, quite iconic.
The tea gardens?
Exactly. Then you see these little tribal hamlets, interesting houses, people working in the paddy fields.
Yeah.
And all the while, you've got the misty Karbi Anglong Hills in the background. It's quite majestic. It's like the journey itself is telling a story, shifting your mindset from the everyday to, well, something extraordinary. It kind of prepares you.
I like that, the landscape as a narrative. So it prepares you for the wildness, and when you arrive, what's it like? Do you just jump right into the jungle, or is it more gradual?
Well, it's definitely more gradual. It's designed to ease you in,
Yeah.
really. Most people check into an eco-resort or maybe a jungle lodge. They're usually right near the park entrance, so it's convenient. And the places themselves, they're comfortable, but they have this wilderness charm. They blend in, you might be relaxing in the garden, and it feels like an extension of the jungle. You'll see butterflies everywhere, different kinds.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, and you wake up hearing all these amazing jungle birds. It's an immediate immersion, but it's comfortable. You feel settled but connected.
That sounds like the perfect balance. Okay, so you're settled in. Then comes the main event for a lot of people, the safaris. Can you describe that first Jeep safari feeling?
Oh, the Jeep safari. Yeah, that's pure adrenaline, something you really don't forget. Picture this. It's dawn, right? The air's cool, maybe a bit misty, and you're in this open Jeep rumbling along tracks cut through this incredibly tall elephant grass. It could be way over your head.
Wow.
Yeah. And the jungle is just waking up. You hear birds starting to call, maybe something rustling nearby. There's this electric feeling of anticipation. What's around the next corner?
Yeah.
And then it happens. You see it. Maybe through the grass, this huge ancient looking shape. The Indian One-Horned Rhino. Just massive.
Incredible.
Sometimes they're just grazing, don't even seem to notice you. Other times they might just lumber right across the path. It's really powerful. A humbling sight. Makes you feel very small.
That direct connection, face-to-face almost, with such an icon must be breathtaking. And okay, the rhino is the star, definitely. But you mentioned Kaziranga as a biodiversity hotspot, this whole conservation success story aspect. What else is thriving there?
Exactly. And this is where that conservation story really comes alive. Kaziranga's success isn't just about saving the rhino, though that was critical. I mean, back in the early 1900s, they were almost gone from here. Maybe only a dozen left.
Really? That few?
Yeah, critically endangered. But then came these huge efforts, strong anti-poaching patrols, and these forest guards, they work in really tough conditions. Plus, getting the local communities involved, making them partners, it really turned things around. So now, beyond the rhinos, you have a chance maybe to see a Royal Bengal tiger. They're masters of hiding. But just seeing that flash of stripes, amazing.
Wow, okay.
You'll definitely see Asiatic elephants, some of those big herds moving so quietly. Wild water buffalo, too, with those huge horns. And swamp deer, the brasinga, they love the wetlands there.
Yeah.
And birds, it's just paradise for birders. Storks, eagles, all sorts of migratory birds in the winter. It really shows that long-term conservation, when it's done well with community support, it works. It builds this whole healthy ecosystem.
It's fantastic to hear how it became such a refuge. So to see all this, the safari experience itself is pretty well-rounded.
Oh, absolutely. A good deep dive usually includes both a morning and an evening jeep safari.
Ah, okay. 2 chances.
Yeah, which is great because different animals are active at different times. And crucially, you go with a naturalist guide who's approved by the Forest Department. These guides, they know the park inside out. They spot things you'd never see, explain behaviors. It adds so much depth. And you usually explore different areas, different ranges, like the Bigori Range out west. That's often great for rhinos, buffalo, elephants, big open grasslands there.
Okay.
Then maybe in the afternoon, you go to Kahora, the Central Range. That's got more woodland mixed in. Good for rhinos up close sometimes, lots of birds, maybe wild boar. And if you're super lucky, perhaps a leopard sighting there. Each zone feels a bit different.
So you get varied perspectives just from the Jeep. But I heard there's another way, something even more unique. And pretty popular.
Ah, yes. You're talking about the elephant back safari.
That's the one.
Yeah, that is something else entirely. It's optional, but wow. It's a totally different viewpoint. Imagine climbing up onto the back of an elephant, a gentle giant. You feel its power, its slow, steady walk, and you're moving silently through that tall grass we mentioned, stuff the Jeep can't always push through easily. This lets you get surprisingly close to other animals, especially rhinos. They don't seem to mind the elephants much.
Really? They just ignore it?
Often, yeah.
Right.
It feels very natural. And doing it early in the morning when the mist is still swirling around, it's just surreal. Like stepping back in time, very intimate, very traditional.
That sounds absolutely magical, a connection you just wouldn't get in a vehicle. I can totally see why that would be a highlight.
It really is. And for exactly that reason, these elephant safaris are incredibly popular.
Yeah.
So here's the practical bit. The slots are super limited, peak season. You have to book way, way in advance.
Right, good tip.
Yeah, definitely something to plan ahead for if it's on your list. You don't want to miss out on that if you can help it.
Okay, so the wildlife is obviously front and center, but you mentioned this deep dive goes beyond that. Kaziranga is surrounded by culture too, right? What kind of experiences connect you with that?
Right, and this is where the trip gets even richer, I think. It shows you the human side of the region. A guided walk through a local Mishing tribal village is usually part of it. The Mishing are one of Assam's indigenous communities. They have this unique culture tied to the Brahmaputra River, and they live in these distinctive houses built on stilts, an adaptation to the floods you see.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. And you get a glimpse into their daily life, their farming, and their amazing craft skills. Especially the Mishing women. They are phenomenal weavers. Almost every home has a traditional loom. They make these beautiful, vibrant textiles. One really special thing is the gadu, or Miri Jim. It's this thick, hand-woven woolen blanket. It takes incredible skill and just ages to make one. Weeks sometimes. It's more than a craft. It's really an art form, part of their heritage.
That sounds fascinating. And it's great that visits like this can actually support the community and not just observe it. How does that work?
That's a crucial point, isn't it? How tourism can actually be a force for good. Well, the responsible tour operators, the ones focused on these deep dives, they make a real effort to strengthen the local communities.
Yeah.
So they'll train and hire local guides from these villages. That provides good jobs, sustainable income.
Right, direct benefit.
Exactly. And they also help create a market by buying crafts directly from the artisans, the textiles, bamboo items, things like that. So when you visit and maybe buy a souvenir, you're not just getting something beautiful, you're directly supporting the people and helping keep these traditions alive. It's a really nice synergy.
That makes the experience feel much more meaningful. So wildlife, culture. What else adds to the natural beauty picture?
Well, beyond the big animals, there's the Kaziranga Orchid and Biodiversity Park. It's not huge, but it's this beautifully put together garden. It showcases the botanical diversity of Northeast India, especially orchids.
Oh, orchid.
Yeah, over 500 native species, all shapes, sizes, colors. It's just this quiet, calm space to appreciate the smaller, more intricate natural wonders of the area. Adds another layer to the whole ecological picture.
Lovely. And I guess you can't really talk about Assam without mentioning tea, right? Is that part of the experience too?
Oh, absolutely. A visit wouldn't be complete without it. Experiencing an Assam tea estate is a real sensory treat. Imagine just walking or driving through these endless rows of bright green tea bushes that cover the hills, perfectly manicured.
That iconic look.
Totally. And the smell. This
Yeah.
sort of gentle, fresh, earthy scent of peelies in the air. You'll often see the tea pluckers at work, mostly women, skillfully picking just the top 2 leaves in a bud. They move so fast.
Amazing skill.
It really is. And then you often get to go inside a traditional tea factory.
That's fascinating. You see the whole process, the withering, rolling, fermenting, drying, sorting. You smell the different stages, feel the warmth. You really learn the journey from the bush to your cup. It connects you to Assam's history, its economy, everything. It sort of rounds out the whole picture of the place.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, thinking about a trip? It's clear this deep dive isn't just animal spotting. It's about getting under the skin of Assam, the wildlife, the people, the crafts, the tea. Can you maybe give us a quick rundown of how that 3-day trip typically flows, just to bring it all together?
Sure, it's structured to be immersive but not rushed, you know? So day one is usually about the journey itself. Travel from Guwahati, enjoy those changing landscapes, check into your lodge. Then you dive into culture with the Mission Village visit and the Orchid Park.
Okay, cultural start. Right. Day 2 is peak wildlife. You get that morning Jeep safari, then an afternoon one too, hitting different zones, maximize those chances. And squeeze in there is the visit to the tea estate. Sensory overload in a good way.
Sounds packed but amazing.
It is. And then day 3 starts with that really special experience, the early morning elephant safari, that unique perspective. After that, it's usually time to head back, hopefully full of incredible memories.
That structure sounds fantastic, a really good balance. Now, for people listening who might be seriously considering this, how flexible are these kinds of trips and what's usually covered?
They're generally quite comprehensive, which is nice. The itinerary gives you the framework, but things like exact timings or maybe accommodation choices, there can be some flexibility depending on what's available, of course. And the pricing often reflects the group size. So it works if you're traveling solo, as a couple, or with a small group. They tailor it.
Good to know.
Yeah, and typically what's included is your private transport. So car from Guwahati and back, all the drive around, all your scheduled safaris, both Jeep and, if booked, the elephant one. Park entrance fees, site fees, and usually 2 nights accommodation with breakfast included.
Yeah.
The idea is to handle the main logistics for you, so you can just focus on the experience itself.
It definitely sounds like it takes the stress out of planning, letting you really absorb it all. It's impressive how it blends the wildlife thrill with the cultural depth and the ease of travel.
Exactly. It lets you do the deep dive without getting bogged down in the how. You get to see the connections, the amazing animals, the communities living alongside them, the conservation success. Kaziranga really is a powerful example of how conservation isn't just about animals in isolation. It's about engaging people, supporting cultures, and finding ways for everyone and everything to thrive together.
Yeah, this deep dive really drives that home. Kaziranga feels like a place that's managed to stay truly wild but also be welcoming, a testament to getting that balance right between conservation and community.
It really is. And if you decide to travel to Kaziranga, we have a recommendation. Five Senses Tours organizes tours across India which are immersive wildlife and cultural experiences. You can email contact@fivesensestours.com. Note 5 is written as a numeral in contact at fivesensestours.com. Or WhatsApp to +919 845 67446.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into Kaziranga. We hope it sparked your interest to maybe explore this amazing corner of India yourself. Until next time, keep diving deep.